I'm Deshinta from College University of Malang, and here I want to talk you about the toxic parents. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's get started. Okay, toxic parents are the type of parents who nurture their children according to their wishes without respecting the child's feeling and opinion. This condition can make children feel confined and afraid to their parents. The impact on the child itself was very negative. In fact, it's not uncommon for children to grow up to be individuals who often blame themselves and have low self-esteem. And moreover, their mental health is vulnerable to being disturbed by the attitude of their own parents. These children will become children who are afraid, not confident, do not dare to develop, and many more. Even for those who are not very strong enough to face their parents faithfully, and they choose to commit suicide, and it is end it all. Not a few parents who regret this action. For example, if a parent's childhood was traumatic, proud about injuries due to inferior or dysfunctional parenting in the family, then toxic parents can also occur when their wound has not healed. The parent can injure the child in the same way he did in the past. It is undeniable that this is due to the unpreparedness of a husband and a wife to have a children due to the lack of parenting education. They are not ready to face everything or situation that happen to a child. Meanwhile, the possibility that makes parents toxic is because their parents do not know their own children. Lots of parents are not close to their children in the sense that they lack of communication, attention, and the time with their children. The next section is the characteristics of a toxic parents are very clear. I will describe 3 characteristics of a toxic parent. The first, likes to be angry and scolding children without paying attention to the language used. Second, what parents teach is only how to respect others, but not giving an example by respecting the children himself. The third, parents only ask their children to be who they want to be. So I think it's very, very dangerous for the children who are victims of their own parents. And from here, I want to ask you, are your parents toxic, or are you one of toxic parents? And the next is about example that is often around us. Even we have experienced one of the many examples that I mentioned this time. Okay, previously I will divide into 3 times when a person grows up, from the toddler or child, then teenager, and the last one when our child grows up to be adult. First, when children are toddlers until their puberty age. Before turning into teenagers, parents often scold children for their poor grades. However, parents do not see any other potential in the child, and parents only believe that if the child is not good at mathematics or science, it is considered a stupid child. Right? Parents do not understand that being an athlete can bring success to their children in the future. And children will feel that their talents are not appreciated, feel that they do not have the ability. The second, when the child has entered teenager periods, parents very, very often compare their children with other people's children. What I often see is that parents compare their own children with the neighbor's children. Like this, parent always say, Mother Exxon is very smart. How come you can't be like him? Like this. Do you hear it often? Yeah, of course. Make children lazy to learn new things. Need to remember, don't forget children is a various and different. The intelligence and characters of children are clearly created differently. Then, what is the reason why parents have to equalize all children? There is also the subject of children's privacy. Children also want to be respected for their privacy with their parents. As parents, we don't need to make our children uncomfortable in their own homes. If we continue to control children without limits, it will make them easily stressed and will even get children used to be close and also easy to lie. And it will damage their mental health because they are unaccustomed to lying. That leads to stress out of fear of being caught. Then who will be held responsible for the child's new bad habits? And the third is when the child has entered adult periods. Another few parents are still comfortable with their toxic attitude until their children reach adult periods. For example, in the subject of child labor, parents often confuse their children with choosing a job. Parents also often rush to force their children to get married quickly, even though the children himself still want to prepare slowly. They want to perfect result. This has happened very often and makes the child uncomfortable in his environment with parents. That will add to burden on the child and make him even more depressed and stressed by being hounded by his own parents. For children who have become victims of toxic parents, here are some tips from me so that you can calm down and reduce fight and even avoid your mental illness in the following weeks. First, set boundaries between yourself and your parents. Second, divert the conversation in a positive direction. Third, look for good activities outside the home. Fourth, make time for me time. Fifth, do not insist on changing your parents' behavior. And the most importantly, pray for your parents. So, if we become parents, we must protect our speech and action toward children. We are willing when our children go crazy on our own. Maybe they will forgive, but it will make the child hurt, have mental health problems, which is difficult to heal, and it is even difficult to forget that we did to them at any time. So, as long as studying to be a good parent, my advice is not to rush to become a parent if you are not ready. Because being a parent is not only 1 month or accompanying children till they can talk and walk, but being a parent is a job for life, and maintaining children's mental health is a parent's best achievement. Okay everyone, enough until here. I say many thanks to everyone who has watched this video to the end, and thank you and see you.